Alright, here we are at the losers match of the um, the fifth group of the MST Season 3. Again, I still don't know what MST Season 3 means exactly, because they've had MSTs for a while now. So, I don't know why it's exactly labeled Season 3, but I'm going to trust that it's the third season of something. And this is the losers match. Oh, this is a match for losers. And this is a match between Shuttle and Great. And basically they both lost their first games, but it's a double elimination groups here, so you have to lose twice, and so the two players that lost their initial matches are now going to play, and the loser will have lost twice and will be eliminated. They will be eliminated, whereas the winner will go on to the final match, and they will face UpMagic, who is the loser of the winner's match, and then the winner of that will still advance on to the MSL, and the loser of that will then have lost twice, despite their one win, and will then be out of the tournament. So this is Great versus Shuttle. Great is this blue Zerg player right here. You saw he just kind of dragged all of his stuff towards the minerals and then had to send his overlord back down south. Shuttle, white Protoss player, is going to be playing at the 6 o'clock position. This is Destination, by the way. Fun new map. We've seen a lot of interesting games on it, and so should show something interesting here. Yeah, probably not going to see anything too drastic from the Zerg on this map. The one problem for Zerg is it is hard to take a third base and hold it. Well, I mean, it's no harder than on other maps, I guess, like Python or something like that. It's going to be a lot more difficult than on, say, Andromeda or Bluestorm, though, where your third base is right kind of in the same area as your first two bases. You have to branch out a little bit to get your third base on this map, so it's a little bit more difficult for Zerg in that sense. Also, the Protoss is going to have these bridges to defend, so it's going to make it really difficult for the Zerg to try anything early game. It's going to make a speedling attack early on very difficult to do. Even Hydras, it's really difficult to run Hydras across those bridges. There's the bridges right there. You can see it. It looks like, wow, Great is actually sending out a drone very early to that third base. So he's actually going to try and get that third base, unless he's just checking for proxies. But I would imagine he's going to do is, plant down, well, I guess it's not his third base yet, but he's going to plant down a hatchery at the position where you would normally have your third base. And that kind of makes some sense, actually, because then he can get that creep up and going sooner. And it's a more difficult location to secure. So so therefore it's better to secure it earlier, if that makes sense. If you can get that creep down earlier, and then pool delayed, denied by Shuttle, and up nice. I think he actually pressed it with both and saw which one actually went down. Anyway, with the creep coming up earlier from the earlier hatchery, he's gonna be able to get theoretically some Sunkens up or something like that and start protecting that base earlier. And then later on, it's going to be easier to grab his natural than it would have been to go out and get that third later on. And he's probably gonna, Shuttle's looking to delay this third hatchery here in the natural base. He's doing a pretty good job of it, but his probe is going to dive. He's not careful. The probe goes down, careless by Shuttle. And we saw a little bit of that in this first game, actually. Nothing like too drastic, but just little tiny things that just are not, you wouldn't see a complete Gosu do, like letting your probe die. I mean, if that was Bisu, that probe would have been just in the early days of its life. It would still be a teenager probe and just getting ready to move out and go to college, and would have a long life ahead of it. A long career of building manor pylons, and, well, maybe not against Zerg, but a long career of building pylons in hatchery spots and scouting around and killing drones, and then a nice little retirement of running back alive out of the base, going back and mining some minerals for the rest of its days. But no, Shuttle's probe was cut off in its prime. It barely had a chance to see the world, didn't even know what it was missing out on. Destroyed so early. It's such a shame, such a waste of probe life. Luckily, Proby's twin brother is out there now scouting, so Shuttle's not going to be completely in the dark. He's going to be able to probably sneak his probe in there and see this lair going up before too long, because I don't think Great has anything to stop that probe from going in there. Anyway, so now that creep is up there, so if he saw that Shuttle was moving out, he'd be able to get some colonies down or something like that. Shuttle just going for the normal fast expand build, though. Now, on the same token, it's going to be difficult for Shuttle to get a third base as well. So, in a sense, Great, by taking this kind of aggressive strategy and moving out and trying to take the map, take control of it a little bit earlier, he's going to have a little bit of an advantage there until Shuttle moves out. And that's kind of standard, I guess, in PvZ. The Zerg generally has the ability to run around and do whatever they want until the Protoss moves out of their base. I mean, they kind of usually build up off 2 bases, and then once they have a decent amount of forces, once they know what tech the Zerg is doing, usually after the Corsair scout, and once they have a decent force built up that they know can deal with whatever the Zerg has, then they'll move out. And oh, that probe is going to get in there and spot the Spire. Another probe getting in there, spotting the Spire. In the meantime, a lone Zealot getting sent out is going to be able to do some harassment on those drones. Great, very on the spot, is going to move his drones away without losing a single one of them, but in the meantime, he's not mining at that base, and looks like he's going to move his drones back. Oh, Great, taking out the Zealot before it takes out that drone. That drone had 1 hit left, and the Zealot was honing in on his target. You know, it lifted up the blade, rearing it back and ready to strike, and was caught from behind by the Zergling. Did not get that shot off. It's a nice move by Great there. It hasn't lost a single drone. But actually going in with some speedlings here. Wow, and falling back failingly. Wow, I wonder what that was all about. I don't know why he didn't go in there. He could have easily taken out, well, I don't know about easily, actually. He could have pulled probes, but Shuttle was too distracted with his Corsair, microing this Corsair against the Overlord to pull probes there. So, Great. I really don't know what's going on there. Actually, I'm not sure if he has speed upgrade on his Zerglings. I wasn't paying complete attention, but now that I think about it, he might not have had speed. I'll pay attention next time that I see Zerglings moving to see if they're moving fast or not. But since he has gotten that Spire, he may have been saving up his gas for that, and so he may not have invested in the speedlings at this point. But yeah, spotting that Spire, he's now going to try and get out some Corsairs. Let's see. I didn't get to see that one move that well. Anyway, he doesn't have enough Zerglings to do much good now anyway. Getting out Scourge, and this is going to keep map control. This is kind of a bit of ingenuity that has changed PvZ a little bit, back in favor of the Zerg a little bit. It used to be that the Protoss would have a lot of map control with their Corsairs and be able to see what was going on, that sort of thing. But you know, recently Zerg players have been doing a lot of this where they get their early Spire and then get the Den afterwards. But that early Spire enables them to really kind of keep map control, because then when there's only a few Corsairs, the Zerg really is able to scourge them fairly easily. And so the Protoss can't move out for fear of their Corsairs being scourged, especially if they're trying to build up Corsairs for some kind of a Sair Reaver build or something like that. And I mean, it's generally good to have a few Corsairs around just in case the Zerg is going for an air build. You don't want them to come out in the middle of the game, build several Mutalisks and destroy your Zealots. You want to have those Corsairs still back in the back in your base to be able to do some good. Anyway, but Shuttle has a couple Archons out now, so he's going to be able to battle these Mutalisks. Actually are out. Actually, I don't know if I've even seen a den down, a Hydralisk den for Great. I'll have to pay more attention next time they show Great's base. But he could be going for some kind of crazy all-air Ling build, Mutal Ling, which isn't that crazy, I know, but it's crazy in the sense that it's entertaining, is what I mean. But let's see. Yeah, I still don't see. This is why there's an evolution chamber, actually. So he's probably got a den somewhere. If he's getting an evolution chamber, unless he just wants it for spore colonies. Here comes some Mutalisks here, And Scourge probably in the wings. Actually, I don't see any Scourge on the minimap. Only one Corsair in this location. He's not going to be able to hold off those Mutalisks by himself. He's lost one Corsair. His Archons are all out in the field critically. He did have